Hello and welcome to Tiny Desk Knitting with Emma. I did not think I was gonna have time to record this week, but I do. It's not at my usual time. It's like Monday night and I'm gonna upload this in the morning, but yeah, it's gonna be kind of a short one, not super long, because Jordan and I have to go on a pilgrimage to Spirit Halloween tonight. Jordan is my roommate. Oh, there's some glare on my glasses, so I'm gonna take these off. Yeah, but I have a bunch of stuff. I actually did a lot of knitting and spinning last week, so I was like, well, I should show it. Cool. So yeah, it's a crazy time. It's a crazy time. Rhinebeck is in like 2 weeks. Yeah, which is nuts. That seems really soon. But like, it's also like, there's a lot of other stuff going on. So yeah, like Even Song started yesterday. So I was like out all weekend singing, which is, you know, how I like it, but also like I need knitting time too. So let's get to it. Today I'm wearing my shifty. This is a, excuse me, this is a pattern by Andrea Mowry, designed for Spin Cycle. There's also a cardigan version and like a hat and a shawl and a cowl and all sorts of things. Sorry, I just ate an ice cream bar because Jordan and I are going to Taco Bell for dinner, but I was really hungry when I got home from work. So I ate some ice cream. I had dessert first, why not? YOLO. Okay, so this is a shifty by Andrea Mowry. And this was the first thing, like not the first thing I made with my hand spun, but like the second thing I made with my hand spun. The white blips are not hand spun. They are like, I don't know, merino, some kind of sport weight white wool. I think it's just like Peruvian Highland wool that I got from like Wool to Die For or something. And all of the background color is a shifting hand spun. Well, it's multiple skeins. It was a bunch of hand spuns. Like I ran out of all this dark moody stuff and then I spun some skeins that were lighter, which you can see here, but like it's all just kind of like blues and teals and purples, and I love this sweater. It's oversized. I didn't knit it at gauge. I think I was quite a lot looser than the gauge because my yarn was just thicker. It was more like a DK weight. But I probably not think I did the smallest size. It fits me like a sweatshirt, and I would like knit 1,000 more of these. I have so many sweaters, like I don't need more of this type of this exact sweater, but I wear this a lot because it's super comfortable. So if you're like, even if you're new to spinning, you can use your hand spun to make something like this. Like this was like the first month of my hand spun journey, was making like, you know, the yarn that I spun, I made this. So, and I'm really proud of it. And I can't believe that was like only a year ago. And like now I can spin the yarn that I kind of like set out to learn how to spin, which is really exciting. Yeah, I've been thinking about it because it's almost, I think it's exactly like a year around now that I started spinning on Monica's dad's wheel that Monica's wheel that her dad built, which I fondly call Gertrude. And yeah, then I got Thelma last year at Rhinebeck. Thelma's my matchless, and Louise, my e-spinner, I got like last December. So I can't believe it's only been a year because it's like such an obsession. It takes up a lot of space in my brain, spinning. So anyway, okay, let's get to the knitting. So I was gonna have my dad's cardigan finished, but then I like lost yarn chicken, and I didn't actually run out of yarn. I just realized I was going to run out of yarn, and so I ordered another skein. These I knitted on cones from Harrisville, in Highland blue, or no, Harrisville Highland in Loden blue was the colorway of this cardigan, which is just a plain V-neck cardigan that I made from using Ann Budd's handy book of top-down sweaters. And yeah, I got 2 cones. I thought it would be enough. It wasn't. I mean, there's still like this much left of one of the cones, and I'm like almost done with a sleeve, but I figured I would probably not have enough. I think I might break the yarn and then like knit the button band with this and then see if, I don't know. Cause then I want a helical knit like the rest of the sleeve, cause the skein will be a skein and not a cone. So it'll be like not slicked down with spinning oil, and it'll probably block out. You won't be able to tell, but like, you know, you're gonna want to alternate skeins in that kind of situation. So yeah, I've been like slightly, it smells good because I blocked the body. I've been like slightly disappointed about this, but I was bad. I buy yarn, because Harrisville had some kind of like, I'll link this in the show notes. Harrisville had some kind of like, you know, they have, I don't know if people know about Harrisville, sometimes they have like, I don't really know, like special things where they like get a like clip of special wool and then they'll like spin it up and they'll sell it. And it's usually like kind of expensive, like $30 a skein. And they had a bunch that was like $11 a skein. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna just get a sweater quantity of this. And it's like, it's just white. I don't know what's less special about it than the like more expensive skeins, but regardless, I'll link it in the show notes so everyone can get some if they want it. It's just like, I think it's like an Aran or worsted weight. Like it's like the same weight as Harrisville Highland. And I was like, great, I'll just get some and I'll use it again. I'll just knit a yoke sweater with my hand spun. It'll be really pretty. So, sorry, I just said that really fast. It's been a long day at work. Anyway, I think I'm gonna like reinforce the steek with a needle felting tool and then make the button band, cut the steek, see how far I get with this much yarn. And then, yeah, I'll get the other skein or something. Yeah, but I've been procrastinating because I'm mad that I lost yarn chicken. Lost yarn chicken. It happens. We all lose yarn chicken sometimes. Cool. So yeah, I'm really pleased with this. I really like the color. It's super nice. I did finish the body. Kind of like right after camping, and then, oh, I think I was talking about it last week, but yeah, then I washed the body of it, so it's nice and blocked. It looks fantastic. I think my dad's gonna really like it, so that's good. Yeah, so that's that. I thought I was talking about only cardigans, but I lied. There's a pullover, because I made some progress yesterday on my super simple summer sweater because Monica drove to church, so I got to knit. I didn't knit on the way there because we really left at like 6:30 and it was still dark, which was a bummer. But I did knit all the way home, and I knitted a bit during the day. So it's growing. It's growing. It's not growing fast, but I really like it. It's so, somebody saw it at church and they were like, that's so coastal. And I was like, thank you. It is coastal. So I just think the big stripes are so much fun. They're so much fun, and I'm just really having a good time with this. So again, this is a super simple summer sweater. I said this to Monica like really early in the car yesterday, and she was like, the what? I was like, it's a super simple summer sweater. She was like, okay, please say that like 10 times slower. It's really early. This is my Woolly Thistle cowl project. The cowl is ending on Thursday. I will not have it done. That's okay. I'm not prize eligible. Because I work for the Woolly Thistle. I mean, I assume I'm not prize eligible. Yes, my prize is getting to work with the Woolly Thistle team. And I will always say that because it's the truth. Yeah, this is knitted in Wool Dreamers Sauna. No, that's not that. That's a different tag. It looks like this. Sauna, Sayona, I don't know. People have been saying different things. It's made by Wool Dreamers. It's half wool and half cotton, just like Mungo, Rosaria Mungo, which is the original yarn of the super simple summer sweater, because Hohi Locatelli designed it to be knitted at a worsted weight. I'm knitting it at a fingering weight. All I did was adjust the gauge a little bit, did the math. It's a circular yoke sweater, so all you need to do is figure out how many stitches you're getting over 4 inches, figure out like how many stitches you need for your body, approximately based on your chest measurement or whatever the widest part of your torso is, and then find that like number in the body stitches and then know whatever size that is. It takes a little bit of reverse engineering, but it's not super tricky. So I'm knitting like the second size instead of the smallest size or something. I don't know, but it's, I like it. Yeah, it's really simple. I don't really have to follow instructions anymore because I'm just knitting a straight body, and then I'm gonna knit sleeves and taper them a bit, make them full length probably, maybe a little wide. Yeah, it's lightweight. I don't usually knit with blends. It's nice and summery. I mean, not, like I've said before, it's way too hot here to wear something like this in the summer. This would be like a March and September sweater here, or maybe even October. It's actually getting cold. This morning, I went running and it was like 50 degrees, which was lovely. Oh, fly, you can die. It was really nice. Actually, I needed to wear gloves, and I needed to wear I wore my little jacket. And I really like wearing the jacket because I have those like Lululemon jackets that have pockets, and I can put my phone in the pocket because I don't have a running watch, so I need to run with my phone because I like to listen to music. And a running watch is like on my list of things for the next year to get. But I listen to music and I usually just hold my phone in my hand because like I need to record it on Strava so I can track my mileage and stuff. And you can follow me on Strava if you're a runner. You know, it's just under my name. I'd love to follow more people. It's fun. It's like, I love the accountability of Strava. It's helpful. The only people I really follow are like my cousins who are all like crazy bikers and runners. And sometimes I just like write troll comments on their Strava things. Like my cousin ran a half marathon in like an hour. It was like an hour and 12 minutes or something, and it was on Strava, and I almost just like wrote something kind of rude on the I didn't, but I was like, it would be funny to just like write a trolling comment here. But he's a really nice person, so I didn't do that. Anyway, that's my super simple summer sweater. Again, like I said, this episode has to be kind of short because Jordan and I have to go on a little jaunt to Spirit Halloween. And I'm tired. But okay, so guess what I did this week? I started the second sleeve of a long road cardigan. Finally. Oh my gosh. I'm so happy that I did this and I got on a total roll. And this is my long road cardigan. It's the whole situation. I started this in like January or something, and I've been working on it. I worked on it for a couple of months and then I put it away after I finished the first sleeve because it was just getting warm and I was like sick of it. So, but I really want to wear it because it's getting cold. And I want to wear a big, huge, cozy hoodie that I've knitted. So I went back to it because I also want to knit like other cable projects. I'm like, well, I better show myself that I can finish one. I talked about this a couple weeks ago, but like, obviously most of this is unblocked. I did block like this part of it. And this is knitted in Brooklyn Tweed Shelter and Button Jar. And I'm so impressed with how much the cable's relaxed at the top here. From blocking based on like how angry they look here. This is my language about how cables look. I say they look angry when they haven't been blocked. It's just my weird descriptions. So yeah, they're like popping out and they're pissed, you know, but these ones are like nice and relaxed as they should be. They're just like, they breathed. Like, oh, this is my final form. Anyway, so I have this much done. It looks like a bolero jacket with 1.5 sleeves, 1 3/4 sleeves. I'm actually almost done with this sleeve. I'm gonna put it on so you can see what it looks like. This is the back, if you're wondering what it looks like. Oh, you can really see the difference if you look here. Like this has been blocked, and you can tell where it starts to not be blocked down here because I just blocked like the top, like just basically I knitted it to like the shoulder, like to like the sleeve split. Like I knitted the yoke and then I blocked it to see if it would fit. Like I had to try it on, and it did. Because the first time I tried to knit it, I knitted a size smaller. And when I tried it on, I was like, I don't know. Like I thought blocking would relax it, but it didn't relax it that much. So I just was like, you know what? This is a big hoodie. I need to knit the bigger size because it will be easier. So I did. And anyway, I'm gonna try it on. So yeah, I'm just wearing a t-shirt under this. I don't tend to find wool to be itchy enough that I don't need like I need to wear long sleeves underneath it. This is just like, you know, the wool of this sweater. I don't know. It's like, some of it's like mixed BFL and some of it's just like a mystery fiber I was spinning that Monica gave me. Some of it's probably Romney. Some of it's Cheviot, probably. Some of it's like Corriedale. I don't know. It was a random yarn that I dyed when I first, or wool that I dyed when I first started spinning last year. Okay, so I'm gonna be careful with this sleeve because the needles are in it. I've been able to knit I think I've done all of the decreases now, and I've been able to stay on a 16-inch circ. I can't remember. I think I started magic looping on this one, on this sleeve at some point, but I'm not finding that I need to here. And if I did, I would probably just use I'll show you my mini set here. Gosh, this looks great. I'm really excited to wear it when it's done. My Chowgu minis are in here because I've been using them for the other sleeve as well. Come on. I know you're in here. Where are you? There we go. Chowgu makes mini needles that are, I'll show you, they tend to fall out of the package, which is really annoying. I don't know why they don't secure these better inside the, oh, this is the needle for my other, oh, yes, that's for the bottom of the, yes, of the Briggs and Little sleeve. That's why that was in there. Yes, they like fall out of the little case all the time, which is extremely annoying. But I'll put these away and then I'll sort of show you what this looks like. So this comes, they make a smaller set too. Like this is 4 through 8. They also make 0 through 3, which I also have, but I don't care for it as much because the like, I don't know, something about like the cords are really small and the needles are like more fiddly. So I have to say I never use the 2-inch ones ever. You can, like, these are 2-inch tips. You can literally knit shorty socks like you can make shorty sock sets needles with these because it comes with they're 2-inch tips, and the smallest cable is 5 inches. So it makes a 9-inch shorty needle. I use the 3-inch tips, which are a little bit more manageable. And I just use it to make like, I don't know, the tips are 3 inches, so I can make like a 14-inch or like a 12-inch circular situation if I want to. I'll show you what it looks like because I have one pre-built, ready for me to knit the bottom part of my dad's second sleeve. This is what it looks like. So it's smaller than a 16-inch needle, but not by a ton. It's like, this is like 12 inches. It doesn't obviously make a full circle because it's not small. The needle's tips aren't small enough, but it works really well for like small circumference knitting for me, I find. So I'm really pleased with this. I don't cable a lot anymore, but I do like it just because it takes a long time, but it's very satisfying. And I think, like I've talked about this before, like this year, I think it was like around New Year's, and I was like talking about my intentions for the year with knitting, and I was like, you know, I would like to be slower and more intentional sometimes about my knitting, and like part of that I think for me is like finding things to slow me down, like cables. And you know, I have so many colorwork sweaters. I mean, I give them away all the time. Like people are like, will come over and they'll be like, I love this, and I just give it to them because it's like I have so many, like I don't even, like, yeah, it's kind of overwhelming. So yeah, especially if I don't like wear them a lot. So I thought that I should have some pieces in my wardrobe and like spend the time knitting them that I would wear that I didn't like have anything. Like this would be like if I bought something like this off the rack with wool this nice, this is Brooklyn Tweed Shelter. Oh my gosh, that would be expensive. Like this actually is cheaper to knit, shockingly. Most of it's not cheaper to knit a sweater than it is to buy one. But in cases like this, it usually is. So this is pretty simple. Basically, this is from the book Contrasts by Lino, which I will link in the show notes. It's called The Long Road Hoodie. I'll link the pattern in the show notes as well in Ravelry. It only has, sort of 3 types of cables. The small braid, the big braid, and then it has just like on the, here, there's just like a little, you can't even really see that. That's just like a little twist. It's not really a cable. Yeah, just like a little twist. Cute little twist on the seam. It's a fake seam, obviously, but like, oh, there's a hair, sorry. But I really, yeah, I don't find it difficult to, as cable knitters probably know, would agree with me on this. I don't find it difficult to, you know, memorize a cable chart when it's this simple because it's really obvious where the cable is going. You know what I mean? Like on the cable rounds for the sleeve, like you can just see like, oh, that's what I need to do. That's where the cable is pointing. So this is obviously what I need to do. If you're not a cable knitter, this probably makes no sense, but like it becomes really clear really fast, like what the cable does naturally and what the pattern is supposed to do. And you just kind of do it. And the other thing is the Brooklyn Tweed Shelter is a very woolly wool. It's Targhee Columbia American wool, wool and spun, lots of air in it, very woolly. It doesn't, it doesn't ladder, doesn't, you know, when you drop the stitches for cabling, if you're not using a cable needle, nothing happens to them. So I am able to do this fully without a cable needle, which is also great. And just like takes way less time than it would if I were using a cable needle. So I would use a cable needle probably if I were knitting with like a superwash wool or something that was not sticky, that was very like slippery. Maybe not. It depends on the nature of the cables. Like if I were crossing like 3 stitches, I'll probably use a cable needle blow dryer crossing like 1 stitch or 2 stitches, maybe not, I don't know. It's kind of scary to like not use a cable needle for really complicated things. Like I don't knit enough cables to like do it. But you know, it's not too hard. You kind of get the hang of it. So there's the washing machine draining all of the water from washing all of my running clothes. So yeah, I'm trying to get the second sleeve done this week. I could probably get it done in the evening, but if I happen to have a free evening, which may or may not happen this week, because like I can't bring this to trivia, it's too complicated. I need to just bring vanilla knitting to something like trivia. Okay, yeah, we'll see. And then I'm gonna knit the hood, and then I'm gonna knit the rest of the body. So I don't know how long the body's gonna end up being. I would like it to be like pretty long, like waist length or hip, like all at least to my hips, maybe to cover my butt. I don't know what's gonna happen in terms of, I don't really remember how much yarn I've used. I could probably just weigh it. Like when I've done the second sleeve, I should just weigh this, see how much it weighs and see how much I have left. Then maybe make an estimate. The problem is I don't know how much the hood is gonna take. That's why I'm gonna do the hood first. So yeah, let's talk about my one hand spun skein here, and then I'm gonna show you some socks. Okay. Yeah, this is my latest hand spun skein. Made this just in the past week. It was just drying outside, so it's a little bit, it's very springy. If you're not a spinner, you're probably confused about this. This is a snap. Do this to set the twist. Technically, this is a little bit dry for being snapped. You can also like whack it. It's called thwacking. You can like whack it on a chair or something hard, but you really only need to whack if you're woolen spinning. Like I don't thwack worsted spun yarn. The twist is perfectly well set if I do this. Not really a problem. Okay, it's not 100% dry, but I'm gonna skein this up so that you can see what it looks like up close. It's very jewel toned with some fun teal. I'm excited. I think I showed this last week. I don't actually know how much this weighs. I think it's about 100 grams. It was 450 yards. So it's finger weight yarn. The light's not great because there's not really a whole lot of sunlight coming in. It's like dark. But you can kind of tell it's like, there's some burgundy, there's purples, there's blue, there's a kind of like murky yellowish green. It's on a Gotland base, gorgeous Gotland wool. I might get a like big bump of Gotland yarn at Rhinebeck. Gotland is not expensive usually. You can get it for pretty inexpensive, so I might get like some of that and make like a big sweater or something with it. We can do a sweater spin. I'm thinking I might get like 1 to 2 sweater spin quantities at Rhinebeck. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, I'm really pleased with the way this turned out. I only did the teal in one of the bobbins so that I could kind of distribute it better throughout the skein. And I think it's really fun. Yeah. There's so many different breeds in this. Like I know there's Gotland, I know there's BFL, I know there's Cheviot. I think the teal might have been Polworth. Honestly, like can't tell you. There's so much. There's probably some mystery fiber in here from Monica's random bag of roving. Yeah, I don't even know. So you can kind of tell like the way that it looks a little funky. That's because there's a bunch of different fibers in here. It's not gonna knit up funky. Luckily it just knits up like normal hand spun, but I think that's kind of interesting to see. Yeah, and I mean, because of all the different fibers, it's a little bit less like consistent than some of my other skeins, I would say, but it's kind of like part of the fun. I don't really mind. Again, it doesn't knit up like that. It just kind of like, all the fibers play together differently. It's a fun challenge. I got a really beautiful bump of fiber from, where do I get it from? Hello Yarn? Yeah, Hello Yarn Club this month. Oh, it's so beautiful. So I'm working on a spin for Maggie's Alpenglow right now of like, it's gonna be 3 separate skeins. Instead of like one big like spin cycle situation, it's gonna be 3 separate skeins. So once that's done, I'm gonna spin the new fiber. I'm excited. It's Targi, which isn't wasn't my favorite historically, but I'm warming up to Targi and like Rambouillet, I don't know, but like Polworth, I'm getting more patient with Polworth. again, the really springy kind of like short staple breeds. They're just so squishy. Like I don't tend to like them, spinning them as much as I do as like a kind of toothier like Corriedale or Jacob or, you know, a Gotland Cheviot, kind of like a hardy woolly wool. I find a giraffe's easier. Corriedale is like my absolute ride or die fiber. I don't know, spinners, like write in the comments what your favorite fiber is. I'm interested to see like what people like gravitate towards. I really like Romney and I really like Corriedale. So I'm interested to see what you think. Anyway, that's that. I'm gonna put these needles away before more of them fall out because they tend to do that. But they come in these cute little cases. So the blue ones are like 4 through 8. The red ones are 0 through 3. And now they make a yellow set that's like sizes 9 through 13 or 14 or something. So you can get bigger ones, which is helpful if you are knit to bulkier things. I'm just gonna keep this on because it's so cozy. Okay, so I think I showed these last week. I was probably working on the second one. This is a pair of socks that I made with just Felici, which is Knit Picks self-striping sock yarn that I don't know what the status of Felici is. I said this last week. I don't think they made it this summer, which is sad. I love it. It just, it's my like total standard for DK socks. I just hold it with a skein of yarn that I already have. And then I knit to make like a average size women's sock. I knit 4 stripes in the Felici, do the heel flap and gusset, and then I knit the rest of the 2 stripes. So it's 2 full stripe sequences so I can get them to match exactly. And I still have, I probably use like 80% of the ball of Felici because I think there are about 5 stripe sequences in 1 ball of Felici and I use 4 total. And then I just use a contrasting yarn for the heels, toes, and cuffs. So for this one, I used the colorway Secret Garden, which is super pretty. I really like it. I love that pop of pink and the pop of lime. And I held it double with this guy, which I dyed with Maggie like a month ago. We were just trying out some speckling techniques. It was fun. I know this is a 75-25 sock base. And I had more than half of it left over. So I was like, I can knit another full pair of socks with this one. So I just decided to choose another Felici ball that went somewhat with these colors and then like find something downstairs that would go for the heels, toes, and cuffs. And this is what I came up with. So this colorway is called Gone Fishin'. And it is like, it's mostly just like the browns and yellows and like this kind of limey green. But it has 1 stripe of dark blue. So I thought to kind of even things out, I would use a darkish green. This is a Yak merino nylon base that I dyed. I knitted a pair of socks, my Mary Bennett socks in this. Really, really, really lustrous, beautiful, so soft. The Yak yarn is really soft. It comes on kind of a brownish, grayish brown base, like a taupe base. So the colors are all kind of murky. If you're looking to buy some that's like commercially, or not commercially dyed, but like hand dyed, the Farmer's Daughters Fibers has this base in sock yarn. They call it Bear Paw Sock. Andrea Mowry wrote a pattern for when it came out, like last year. And that's where I knit my first merino nylon Yak socks, was from, because I was in their sock squad and one of the bases that they would send to me was the Yak base. And I loved it, so I just decided to buy the base from Wool to Die For, which I can link in the show notes. If you are a yarn dyer or looking to get into yarn dyeing or just want some plain bare Yak merino nylon yarn, you can get it. So it's just this kind of like, again, you can sort of see against this very lustrous, it's like a slightly grayer green than this. This is a pretty bright green. So the sock just looks like this so far. Just this morning, I just did this before my run. I got up really early. My morning insomnia. And again, I'm just holding it. You can kind of see, Maggie described this as looking like the Very Hungry Caterpillar because of the randomness of the, this. But yeah, I think it rings true for this one as well. You can kind of see the randomness of the speckles, which is really fun. And then I knitted a shorter cuff because there was only like 15 grams of this and I really didn't want to run out. So I knitted a shorter cuff. I'm also knitting there's fewer stitches in this sock than there are in this one because I read the Thicksgiving pattern. If you're looking for a good pattern for this, Thicksgiving socks by Summer Lee are great. And I reread that pattern, or I thought back to it or whatever, and remember that for the ribbed ones, women's, like regular average woman size feet is like you cast on 48 stitches, but for the plain vanilla stockinette ones, you cast on 44. Otherwise they kind of sag a little bit more. So I cast on 44 for this one. And the stripes, I can tell the stripes are like a tiny bit wider. So that's helpful. I don't know. Yeah, just simple. I like to have, you know, DK socks on the needles as just like a vanilla project. When I say DK, I mean, I'm marling 2 yarns together. So it's really just 2 sock weights held double. That's fun. And so the way I do it is I wind them off separately. And then so I have 2 separate balls, so I know exactly when I'm done, know where to start, when to end. Nice and easy. So this is my current project. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do with all these. Give them away. I have so many balls of Felici. I have like 10 more balls of Felici. So, like I said, at some point in the past, I'm gonna dye more fun speckly things. Like I'm gonna like put the Felici in pairs and like decide on a color that will, like, if I speckle it, that color will go with both of those 2 Felici colors, that I can kind of get through the Felici, not have a whole lot of waste. It'll be awesome. I'm excited. So that's my DK sock update. My sock date. I don't know. That's a stupid word. I'm tired and I need dinner. So it's almost time. So yeah, yeah, I just knit these as gifts. They're so fast. If you're a sock knitter and you usually knit socks with like fingering sock weight wool, seriously, there's way fewer stitches in one of these. I mean, I can do it in like the whole thing in like an evening. And I'm a fast knitter, but like this is so satisfyingly fast. I can't even tell you. Like the vanilla DK sock, and there's a little fun in the middle with the heel flap and gusset to like keep you interested. And then, yeah, it's great. I really love these. So, and it's nice to use some of my scraps like this that's left over from a pair of socks for the heels, toes, and cuffs. Kind of use up lots of scraps and lots of your Felici. So yeah, that's kind of it. It's been obviously as usual busy around here, but I'm glad that I got this time to do this because I really was not planning to do this week. I said to Mon and Maggie yesterday in the car on the way home, I was like, guys, I don't think I can do tiny desk knitting this week. And they were both like, you should take a break. You don't have to do it every week. And I was like, I can't do it. I have too much to do. And then I was like, nah, I'm here tonight. I can do it. I can record for like half an hour. And look, it's been 32 minutes and I totally managed it. Because I wanted to show that I did this. Like I was really happy that I finally got to it. My accountability of saying last week on Tiny Desk Knitting that I was going to do it clearly worked. I'm so excited to wear this someday. Someday soon. When I finish this, my next big project is a Gansey, which I just got the yarn for. It's from my teacher, Mark, my like first music teacher as a child, who's still a very like important person in my life. So making Mark a Gansey. I think I talked about that a few episodes ago, but I did get the yarn from the Woolly Thistle. It took a while because I like pre-ordered Shetland Wool Week and like line 18 and they weren't out yet. And so I was just like, whatever, I don't need to knit the Gansey right now, but I have been swatching with the yarn, the Frangipani yarn with some hand spun, because I'm gonna have like 80% of a cone left over when I finish Mark's sweater, because you get 2 cones, but I'm only gonna use like 20% of the second cone based on like how much it takes usually to knit a sweater like that. So I will knit myself a sweater with some hand spun with the navy. I have a really, really nice skein that goes really well with it. I'm excited. So I might even knit that first or like simultaneously because the Gansey's gonna take a long time. It's a big project. Worth it. It's worth it. I'm really excited to like design it for Mark and to make it like special. He picked out a bunch of patterns that he liked. I'm gonna knit it for him for hopefully for Christmas. I don't know. I don't think Mark watches Tiny Desk Knitting. I think he would find it annoying. But because I ramble a lot. But yeah, so that's fun. That's my next big project of like textured / cabley kind of nonsense. you know, like big project that's gonna take a while. And I kind of have a sort of ish a deadline. So, so it's nice to like when it's for somebody else, it makes me kind of gets my butt into gear a little bit. Okay, now I'm just procrastinating and talking at myself. So yeah, not as big of a week coming up. There's sort of a big weekend that we're just seeing a funeral this weekend. So, double duty in a different way. Yesterday was double duty both on Sunday. This weekend is double duty Saturday and Sunday. Means I get to spend a lot of time with Monica though, because we drive together on funeral days, and we drive together a little bit more now, and we like don't get to spend as much time just together talking about like knitting and stuff otherwise. So it's really nice. We made a pact yesterday in the car on the way home to do less. We're gonna do less this week, because both of us tend to go overboard all the time with everything, and just kind of like throw ourselves into things like 150%, which is not always helpful, because we're both really tired and just want to knit all the time. So for those of you who don't like or new or whatever, Monica is my friend who is the organist at the church where I sing. We've been friends for years. She's on Tiny Desk Knitting. If you go back to like February, there's a episode where we're needle felting a steek together. There's a little thumbnail of us just like cracking up. Anyway, that's who Monica is, because she hasn't been around for a while. So new people, you wouldn't know who she is. But she's like one of my best knitting friends. One of my best everything friends. Because we do church music together, which is a great gift. We never thought we were gonna get to, we did meet through another organist, but we never thought we were actually gonna get to do church music together at the time that we met, and now we do. And it's like, it's amazing. It's really wonderful. It's a gift. So, yeah. Cool. Yeah. I don't know what else to say. I'm tired. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Tiny Desk Knitting with Emma. Bye!